right now.
What can you tell us about the people who are missing?
I can't. That's for our investigative agencies. That's really, I'd be driving outside of my lane to speak about that.
When you got to the scene, Chief, did your firefighters realize there were people inside that house?
We knew that information at the time of dispatch. It was speculated. Anybody that listens to the audio tape will know there was dispatch with possible people trapped. So they were fully engaged, went to work right away, entered through the garage doors, and pressed forward with the attack lines, fighting the fire as he went as far as they could go before they encountered structural damage that they couldn't push past.
And it got too dangerous to go after those people?
Absolutely. Well, assuming that they're even there.
What about people in the other homes? Did you say anything? Was there any other injuries?
No other injuries. The folks in the adjacent exposure dwellings have been accounted for, as have their children and pets. And other than the obvious physical damage you see to those homes, that's what we know.
And there were 3 on the plane?
Yes, that has been confirmed.
Could you describe for me, how intense was this fire?
Well, just for a point of reference, I was in Rockville Corps, and I could see the plume of smoke from there right after dispatch.
It was a hot fire?
Yes.
Dangerous fire?
Absolutely.
Perhaps even deadly?
Absolutely.
How much jet fuel was on that?
I have no idea.
Chief, we came in a little late. Can you talk to us about what you know when it comes to this family?
I know nothing about the family that I can share. I would have to pass that to our investigative agencies.
Could you tell me how you're trying to determine their whereabouts at least? If they're not here, what's taking place behind the scenes?
Okay, what's occurring behind you right now is we are transitioning from a fire attack firefighting hazmat operation to a technical rescue operation. And by that I mean we will bring assets in that are capable of shoring up the damaged portion of that structure to the point that we can put live bodies, either PD, fire rescue, or others, into the unsearched portion of that structure and finish a search.
And that could take some time?
Actually, hours.
Talk about the response as well. It was pretty quick, as you said.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first 911 call was at 10:44 this morning. Units marked up, responding in less than a minute, and we had units on the scene in less than 7 minutes.
Do we know anything about the 3 unaccountable residents?
We do not.
Oh, one last thing. It doesn't appear to me that the plane actually hit the house that's most seriously damaged. Is it your understanding that it was like a ball of fire that came from the fuel here that ignited that?
Pat, we only deal with the evidence that we've seen afterwards. I would defer your question to the investigators who are specifically trained to understand that. I could speculate, but it would be no more than speculation.
Thanks.
Do you find it fire differently when it involves jet fuel? Is there a different way of fighting it? Is it more flammable than other fuels?
Well, certainly it's a flammable liquid, but we go in service with our largest caliber attack lines that we can deploy in a fire like that. Companies successfully did that from 2 vantage points today, here in the cul-de-sac and out on Snoffer School Road. So we do apply water with compressed air foam in it, and you saw evidence of that on the ground. So every resource that could be thrown at this fire was thrown at it.
I'm wondering if you could tell us what's taking place in the front yard. I know they're doing some digging. It looks like maybe some type of crew from Washington Gas.
I'm going to assume that they are securing the residential gas line as part of their normal duties, nothing unusual. We would do that for any house fire that had this level of damage.